Hello again, Maths Wizards. Welcome back to today's class, Maths class with Miss Anne. Our topic for today is simple interest. You might have heard of this topic before, and if you have, beautiful. If you have not, don't worry, I got you, okay? We're going to get right into simple interest. So, we're going to learn what simple interest is. We're going to learn about simple interest formula, and there are some key terms, like some key definitions we have to, learn that relates to simple interest. We're going to cover that, and at the end of everything, we should be able to calculate questions that involve simple interest. So, what is simple interest? Now, simple interest is a technique that is used to calculate the proportion of interest paid on a sum over a set time period at a set rate. Simple interest is all about borrowing money, okay, or depositing money. For example, at some point or the other, we've had to borrow money or collect money for one reason or the other. So maybe you went to meet your friend that, okay, I want to buy something, and what I want to buy is 200 naira, but I have only 100 naira. Could you lend me 100 naira and I will return it back? We've all been in that kind of situation. So your friend gives you 100 naira, and then you add that 100 naira to yours, you get your complete 200 naira, you go to buy what you want to buy, and later on you return exactly 200 naira to your friend. Okay? But that is just because your friend knows you. In some other cases, when dealing with the bank will give you what you asked for. But when you are returning back to the bank, you have to return extra, okay? Because they are doing you a favor. So if you ask the bank, can you give me 100,000? I need 100,000. They will give you the 100,000, sure. When you are returning back the 100,000 to them, you won't just return 100,000. You have to maybe return 100,000 and then maybe extra 20,000 on top of it. Now, the extra money you add to it is called interest. Okay, it's called simple interest. So you maybe, like I said, no, it involves two things: borrowing money and depositing money. So for the borrowing money, you need money, you go up to the bank or an organization and you ask them to borrow you 100,000, that they should give you like a period of 6 months, or let's say 6 months to be, let's say give me like 2 months. After 2 months, I'll return back the 100,000 to you. They say, okay, no problem. So you want us to give you 100,000, we should give you for how long? 2 months. After 2 months, you're going to repay back the 100,000. Okay, no problem. But instead of paying back 100,000, because I have to wait for 2 months before I can get my money back, you're going to have to add extra sum of money to how much I'm giving to you. So you can be paying back, like I said, 120,000, so extra 20,000. Okay, that is in the case of borrowing. Now, in the case of depositing, you have a lot of money. Let's say the same 100,000. Okay, you have lots of money with you, and you don't feel safe keeping that money with you, because you don't want a situation where somebody will steal it from you, or somebody will collect it forcefully from you. So you have confidence that the bank can help you keep the money without hearing stories that touch. So you go back to the bank and tell them that you have 100,000, but you don't want to keep it with you because you're not comfortable with having that sum of money in your, maybe in your house or in your pocket. So they should help you hold on to it. Then maybe like after about 2 or 3 months, when you might need that 100,000, you will come back and collect it. So because the bank is helping you to hold money, and then they are holding that money for a period of 2 or 3 months, they will pay you an interest, because, okay, thank you for trusting us with this amount of money, so we will pay you extra amount of money for holding this money for you. So they will pay you back an interest. So that it works in two ways: either you are borrowing money or you are giving money to the bank to help you hold. So that's what simple interest is all about. Okay, now the formula for simple interest formula is S dot I, where S is representing simple, I is representing interest, equals to P times R times T all over 100. SI is equals to P times R times T all over 100. Like I said earlier on, SI is representing simple interest, S for simple, I for interest. Now, this is the interest, the extra money that you are going to pay back, or the extra money that the bank is going to give to you. Okay, so simple interest is just extra money. Now, P represents principal. Principal means how much do you want to borrow, or how much are you dropping. Okay, instead of me using the word dropping for us to sound really like mass genius, let's use the word invested. Okay, so principal means how much money do you want to borrow, or how much money do you want to invest. Now, rate means the interest. Okay, how many percent should I increase that money to? Is it by 6%, by 5%? That will let me know exactly how much extra I'm going to pay back, or exactly how much you are going to give to me. Okay, that is the percent. Then time is how long do you want to hold that money for? So that is that. So S is your simple interest, P is your principal, R is your rate, and T is your time. And I've explained those key terms. Those are the key terms for the formula. So SI is equal to principal times rate times time all over 100. Now let's solve some examples. Example 1. Simi deposited $2,700 in a savings account that paid an interest of 5% per annum. Per annum means per year. So 1 year, okay? So she went to a bank, opened a savings account, and she dropped with them $2,700. And then the bank said, okay, because you dropped this amount of money with us, so every year we are going to drop 5%. Now, how much interest will be paid if she now decides to, leave that money in the bank account for 3 years? How much will she be collecting at the end of 3 years? That's what the question is all about. Okay. So, what's our principal? Principal is, like I said, is the money you are borrowing or the money you are dropping. How much did she go to drop? She went to drop $2,700. So that's our principal. Rate is how much percent are we, returning back to her? For us to know how much we're returning back, so that's our rate. And they said 5% per year. Then how long is she dropping that money for? 3 years. So let's go ahead and solve it. So our formula is simple interest equals to principal times rate times time all over 100. So 2,700 times 5 times 3 all over 100. You do your multiplication, it gives you 40,500 divided by what? 100. By the time you do your division, you find that your simple interest equals to what? $405. Straight to the point, very easy. The second example now. Gideon deposited $8,500 in a savings account, and that account they decided to pay him an interest of 15%. Now, if he leaves the money for 4 years, at the end of 4 years, how much would he be walking away with? Okay, so our principal he went to the bank to go and deposit 8,500, and the bank said okay they are going to give him a percentage of 15%. He dropped that 8,500 with the bank for 4 years. After 4 years, how much extra would he be working out of the bank with? So we go ahead with our formula. Simple interest equals to principal times rate times time all over 100. So 8,500 times 15 times 4 divided by 100. You multiply all of that, it gives you 510,000 divided by 100. And that means at the end of 4 years, he's going to be working out of the bank with extra $5,100. Okay, so you see that is what simple interest is all about. So extra money. So now that we've learned what simple interest is all about, that is either about borrowing money or dropping money and collecting extra or giving out extra. Do you think you can, try out these questions? The first one says 700 naira for a period of 1 year at 9 percentage per year, 1,500 naira for a period of 3 years at 18% per year, 2,750 naira for 2 years at a percentage of 5% per year, and the last one is 5,200 naira for 2 years at a 7% per year. So I believe you can do all of this. And with that, we've come to the end of today's class on simple interest. I hope you had fun and I hope you found it easy learning about simple interest. I look forward to seeing you in our next class. Bye.